Okay guys, here's the tree we're gonna do. It's about an 85, 90 foot red oak tree. And it has a huge piece that split off of it here, and he's worried about it falling and cracking the driveway or whatever. So this hill is too steep to set the crane up or the bucket. So I'm gonna climb it. We were gonna drop it, but we don't want to smash all these other trees. So I'm gonna climb up there. We're gonna put a bunch of mats down on the driveway, and I'll climb up there and just piece it down, and then they'll grab it with the skid steer and take it to the chipper. If you guys like this content, these videos are only gonna get better. The editing is only gonna get better. So we got lots of cool stuff coming up. So please consider subscribing. It'll really help the channel out. Smash that like button. This is a pretty fat tree. It's probably about close to 3 foot in diameter. So go tie my saw on once I get up there, and I'm tied in. There we go. So what I like about these steel core flip lines is to tighten them, all I have to do is grab here and push, or I'll do like a little humpy motion, like watch this. I'll just kick my hips in, and it eats the slack, and then they'll let out. I'll hold here, take my weight off, and I can slowly let it out, and then it tightens like that. You don't have to pull back here. I don't like doing that. Okay, here we are at the crotch. We're about 60 foot right now. So I do want to try to get my weight off as quick as I can. That'll just give me a little bit of a peace of mind, because we are on a hill. This tree's right against the driveway, so we don't know when they built the driveway if they excavated the root system or what. And it's leaning hard down the hill, so it'll just be a safer practice to try to eliminate as much weight as possible, as quick as possible. I want to tie in first, and then they'll send the saw up. So now the climb line's set nice and high. So a nice trick, instead of pulling your saw up, is as soon as you tie in, have them tied on, and then as you come down to work the tree, it'll pull it up for you. Just your weight moving down. So now look, instead of pulling this saw up, you just tied it on. It's all twisty here. I'll just rappel down. Look at this. Saw is coming up. So when you're cutting stuff like this, it's very important you have a sharp saw. A dull saw will get you killed doing this stuff. That's when pieces split in barber chair, and or you're pushing hard to try to make the saw cut faster, and when you get through the piece, you continue on into your leg or whatever. I've seen it happen. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and drop this one. Try to put it right on top. Maybe more that way a little. top. So this one here is gonna go that way. This one's going that way. Perfect. So I put a notch in this one to make it land flat, plus to also get it to move this way so I hit the mats. Alright guys, we're down to this top. So this one here is gonna go that way. This one's going that way. Take it that way, it'll hang up. Can't take it that way, it'll hang up. It has to go right towards that cherry. Perfect. I'll put a swanton in it just in case. Perfectly flat. See how I let that hinge down? Once it got to a certain point, I cut it off. So it spun twice and hit the mats flat. I'll do the same thing with this piece, and then we'll start dropping some little bigger chunks. See how that landed flat? I cut that one a little slower. It only flipped once. So there's another way you could do that. You could cut it off real quick and try to get the piece to go down flat. But usually what happens is the butt will go down and hit butt first. So I'll just take another small piece actually. Perfectly flat. See how it split in half? Because it landed flat. We're getting closer to the ground, so I'm slowing them down. Instead of them flipping twice like the first one, I'm flipping them once. I could speed it up and flip it twice, but I want it to land flat. Flat. Take a bigger piece instead of these small pieces and still cut it like that. So we're about 60 feet up right here. I could put a notch in it. I'd have to do a wide notch to get it to flip. But watch this, because this is bigger, I'll be able to cut through it and get it to land flat. Another trick I do on this fatter wood is I'll cut one side of it like this, and then I'll come out and pretend this is the piece. So you're just cutting half the diameter. It just reduces the wood. cut that one off a little quicker. I just let it go to where it was almost horizontal and cut it off, and it landed flat. And I reduced the wood so I could cut it faster. If I would have just went straight through, I wouldn't have been able to cut that quick. It would have peeled down more. Look, I just want to demonstrate this again. Watch this. Look, I can throw it through. Like, see how far I am? What is that? That's 2 foot of slack. Watch this. I'm gonna throw it through the rope grab. Watch. Boom. We just got a foot. 8 up like nothing. Boom. Another foot. 8 up. So easy. You wanna let it out? You just grab here. Look at that. I'm going nice and slow. I'm not even holding my weight on this side. Look. If I want to go an inch, there's an inch. There's 2 inches, 3 inches. It's 8 up. I'm ready to climb. Look at that. So now instead of taking it off the throat, I'll just loosen it like that, and I'll drag it up the fucking tree with me. Look at that. So then I'm still tied in place and I'm able to move without dealing with the flip line. Look, it's too short. Boom. Long enough. Done. Okay guys, this one's directly over top of that cherry. We got 2 options. Put a notch in it, try to get it to go this way, or I can try to hinge it around. I'll try to hinge it around. We'll see if it works. If it gets the cherry, it gets the cherry. Perfect. Another thing I could do is just slice right through these. Guys, a trick to getting this climbing line tight when you're tying in around the base of the tree. Flip your rigging paws together like this. See how I did that? And now watch. When I do this, boom, we're tight. Look at that. I'm on that. So that's where I'd have my lanyard normally, and it's not even this loose. Like, this one's tight. I can still tighten it up a little bit. So that's the trick for that. Perfect. I cut that one off the hinge as it started to go, so that it didn't go flat into that tree. I was trying to get the butt to go down a little. So there we go, and now you just grab this and look, it feeds itself. Perfect amount to get it around this tree now. Boom. Always put your climbing line below your buck strap. It's a safety thing. That's your lifeline. That's what's going to catch you. If this peels down and grabs here, or you cut this or whatever, this you can have down low enough. You're okay. So I'm just going to cut this one right off. Boom. perfectly. One rotation, landed flat. So another thing, I don't know if you guys are noticing, but when I get to the end of the cut, I make sure my dogs aren't dug in, because if your dogs are dug in, especially if they're in this top piece, that'll also rip the saw out of your hand. Perfect. See, I'm getting to the end of my cut, so I'm going to take these dogs out. Look. See how these dogs are dug into the piece that's falling? You got those dogs dug in there, it can catch and rip this saw out of your hands. Our technique with this zigzag, if you're new to it and you don't like doing this, I call this the hammer fist. You grab above it, and now you can hold the rope. So if you get going too fast and you squeeze, like if you feel like you're falling, your reaction is to hold on tighter. So if you're grabbing here and you think you're falling, what happens is guys really hold on and then they go faster. Here, you hold on, you hold yourself. So this is a good technique for beginners. I call this the hammer fist. And this is how I used it when I first started. But once you get used to it, it's easy to do this. You know what I mean? I just tend to try to palm this part and use my 2 fingers. And then that way, if I like do happen to squeeze it, I'm squeezing down here and not up here. Like, you know what I mean? I'll let go of that part. So, just my 2 cents. Okay guys, the tree's stripped out. We got a 60-foot log. 2 options for this. We can put it here, right in between this maple and this oak tree here. Or we could put it on the left side of this maple, in between this bigger oak and that little maple right here. So we have all the brush. We're gonna leave the brush for padding, and we have the mats. But there's a pretty big bank there, so when we drop this, it's gonna actually be propped up. It's not even gonna be on the driveway at all. So, see if you can get the lean of this. Was a little shallow because I had a short bar and I didn't want to try to make it deeper and come in both sides. The butt landed on this little piece of wood I put here just to help keep it propped up. Top landed on the bank over there. You can see it's not even on the driveway. Bounced off of that, rolled down on top of this brush where it was propped up. This one's down now because I cut it off, but yeah, went good.